This video is sponsored by Kershaw, Next Level Pocket Knives. Use discount code 20archery23 for 20% off at kershawknives.com. Hey Archery Talk, this is Lucas, and it's time for the 2023 Hunting Bow Shootout. It has proven to be a bit more difficult this year to gather the bows than I was expecting, but I do have 4 flagship level aluminum bows on hand. In the order I received them are the Bowtech SR350, Mathews Phase4 29, Elite Omnia, and Prime REVEX 4. Yes, I know we're missing some major brands here. Hoyt, for one, didn't come out with a new flagship bow this year and they chose not to participate. I also reached out to several other manufacturers and we just couldn't get anything worked out. I should also point out that any opinions expressed in this video are mine and mine alone. Reviewing bows is subjective, and you might feel differently about certain bows than I do, so just let me know about it in the comment sections. No problems at all. Now it's time to get to the shootout. And yes, I'm going to pick a winner. I've got this broken down into a number of different categories, and when I pick a winner, I know it's going to bother a whole lot of you. So let me know in the comment section. I'll keep a brave face, but I assure you I'll be crying on the inside. The first category for me is draw cycle, and honestly, that's the most important one in my eyes. If a bow doesn't feel nice to draw, I'm just not going to use it very often. I had a draw cycle video I ran a couple weeks ago. You can go check that out for full details. But the Mathews Phase4 finished in first place, just a notch above the Prime REVEX 4. Both of these bows are absolutely fantastic to draw. Neither of them feels anywhere near 70 pounds of draw weight. They are, if you're looking for hunting bows that are easy to draw, these ones are right up your alley. The Bowtech SR350 edged out the Elite Omnia for third place. It should be noted that those are speed bows and they're not really going to fairly compare to the Mathews Phase4 or the Prime REVEX 4. Next up, we're going to look at speed, and I set up all 4 bows as close to 70 pounds of draw weight and 30 inches of draw length as I could. And I shot each using a 350 grain arrow and a 499 grain arrow. Coming in first was the Bowtech SR350, which shot an average speed of 342 feet per second with the lighter arrow and 289 feet per second with the heavier arrow. Just behind that was the Elite Omnia, which was only 3 feet a second under with the lighter arrow, and they had oddly the exact same speed with the heavier arrow. The Prime REVEX 4 finished third at 328 feet per second with the lighter arrow, followed by the Mathews Phase4 29 at 326 feet per second. The next category is stability and accuracy, and I can say this is the first one with a clear winner, and for me, that is the Prime REVEX 4. This is an absolute tack driver of a bow. It offers me all sorts of confidence at full draw. Is an easy bow to draw, as I mentioned earlier, and it shoots absolutely lights out. Picking the second place between the Mathews, the Bowtech, and the Elite is kind of splitting hairs. All 3 bows shoot way better than I do. I might give the advantage to the Mathews Phase4 29, but I think I would feel a little bit better about that bow if it was the longer 33-inch version. Next up is noise and vibration, and to me, the Mathews Phase4 is number 1 with a bullet. Mathews has been known for producing bows that are quiet and dead in the hand after you shoot, and this bow takes things to the next level. The Phase4 bow kind of has damping material between the limbs, which really does a great job of further quieting what was already a very quiet bow from Mathews. The other 3 bows are pretty much neck and neck for second place, which actually says a lot for the Bowtech and the Elite, which are speed bows, which you normally would expect to be a little bit noisier. The next category is grip, and while this might not be a deal breaker for you, it is a very important category for me. If a grip feels right to me, it gives me a lot of confidence at full draw. And interestingly, the 2 best grips for me are the 2 speed bows, and I think the Elite Omnia kind of takes top spot. I love bows that have where I'm shooting off the riser with a fairly thin grip that is flat in the front, and the Elite Omnia has all of that in spades. Meanwhile, the Bowtech with that clutch performance system is also narrow and flat and also feels great in the hand and could easily be first place in here. Tunability is up next, and again, the speed bows lead the way here. Bowtech's deadlock technology and Elite set technology are absolute industry leaders when it comes to fine-tuning your bow. If I have to pick a winner, I'm probably going to go with Bowtech and the deadlock system, mostly because I like how the cams move left to right on the axles, whereas the set technology kind of rotates the axles, or I should say leans the axles left to right. Both work fantastic. I think I'll just give the slight edge to Bowtech here for me. Fit and finish is up next, and if I'm being honest, this is not a category I spend a lot of time thinking about. But these bows are expensive, and if you're spending your hard-earned money, you want your bow to look great. And for me, the bow that's held up the best is the Bowtech SR350. I've had this for almost a year now. There is not a scratch to be found on the riser.
And I don't always treat my stuff the best. They get banged around in my bow bags. I'm carrying multiple bows at the same time, and the bow just keeps looking great again and again. Price and value is the final category, and honestly, I'm having a lot of trouble seeing any separation between the bows here. There's only $100 difference between the cheapest and the most expensive, and so that kind of makes it difficult to figure out which one offers the best value. The Mathews Phase4 and the Elite Omnia are the two cheapest at $1,200, whereas the Bowtech and the Prime are $1,300. So none of these are exactly what you call value propositions, but there are values hidden in each of these bows. The Elite Omnia has their great set technology. The Bowtech has the deadlock technology. Mathews has this cool bridge lock sight and bridge lock stabilizer. There's a lot to say about all of these bows. The Prime even offers free replacement strings every 2 years. So really the winner here is kind of up to you. I would probably give the edge maybe to the Elite, considering its lowest price and the great tuning technology, but ultimately you're splitting hairs here. Now that all the categories are out of the way, it's time to pick a winner, and topping the list this year for me is the Prime REVEX 4. And really the difference for me is the combination of that fantastic draw cycle and how well I shoot this bow. This is, again, as I mentioned many a time, this is an absolute tack driver. I've not had really a bow I felt more comfortable with as a hunting bow as far as accuracy goes. I would happily use this on the 3D course. I would happily use this out in the woods hunting, or whatever you're hunting for. It is a fantastic overall bow, and I think it's my favorite Prime to date. Archery Talk, that's all we got. The year is over. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel an awful lot, and we'll see you again soon.